Dude,
We're here. We're back. We're in your studio.
That is the weird part. You're actually sitting in front of me.
I know. But I like this. It's comfortable. It's a good chair.
Good.
It's a good microphone.
Yeah, glad to be back in the saddle. It's been several weeks since we've recorded a show together. I guess let's just jump into it, man.
Yeah, let's do it.
So if anybody actually looked at the title of the episode, it's pretty self-explanatory. We made a movie.
Yeah, I would say it was like mostly it was 90% the people here. Maybe like 5% me, 10% me.
You were there.
I was there.
Yeah, don't shortchange yourself.
No, but I'm very excited about today's episode because yes, you guys all made a movie, and I guess with that,
we are going to post it publicly. Right now, we're just kind of sharing it between friends and family privately. But yeah, so we'll put it on our GenXtra Podcast page. I'll probably put it on my personal page too. So yeah, I would say if you haven't seen it yet, maybe pause the show right here. Go watch it. It's like 10 minutes long.
It's not going to take you that long.
No, because we're probably going to have some spoilers, a lot of behind the scenes talk about, the experience or anything like that. But without further ado, Janie and Caleb, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Hello.
Yeah. So I guess to get into it, you guys were you were the main actors along with my uncle Chris, who is not joining us.
Tragic.
Yes, he did survive.
Barely. It was touch and go.
Yeah, but guys, thank you again though for actually agreeing to make a movie with me.
Hey.
Oh my goodness. This was such a cool opportunity to have. I felt so excited to be a part of it for sure.
Yeah, we have many things to discuss.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I think before we jump into the movie, which the movie was called 1,000 Words, which should we leave that up to them to figure out why? Or just tell, I don't know if I should explain that part.
Let's find out as we talk. Maybe it'll make more sense later to talk about
journey.
it.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. But again, before we get into the whole experience of us, making a short film together, I want to get a little bit of your guys' background because I'm not sure which way I should do this. Should I get into your background now? Or should I talk about how I got you to do the movie in the first place?
Yeah, well, because
Yeah, all right.
Let's do that.
Go with it, guys.
I like that.
All right, so when I was deciding to do this in the first place, it was kind of from a place where it's my slow season from photography. If it's the first time you're ever listening to the show, I'm a photographer, and that's what I do for a living. But my busy months are from May until December. So I have a few months where it's pretty slow, and usually that's my time to take on a project at my house or something like that. Well, I didn't have one this year, and I've always wanted to do something like this. So I started writing a script, which I found out pretty quickly that I am not a good script writer, but it was good enough that I thought we could at least start to put something together. And I'm like, I want to go through this. I didn't want to just cast my friends because I knew it would be bad.
You're like, I can't drag my friends through this. I better find some strangers and drag them through it.
Oh yeah. Well, no, I mean, I seriously thought, and my friend Jason, who was involved too, he came out one day and helped.
With the script writing, or
No, he did a little bit of that too. But he came out, he did your job.
the second day. Yep.
Mm-hmm. But he was like, you should get a hold of the Barrow and see if they have anybody who'd be willing to do so. I'm like, that's a great idea. But at the same time, how do I pitch this to somebody? Because I know where I'm filming this, which is at our family camp that is in the middle of the woods. And the camp is rather haunting looking.
Looks a bit creepy.
Yeah, this isn't one of those elaborate hunting camps that basically you could live in.
No, God, no.
It's a shack.
But it's a sweet little shack. It's been in the family for years.
Sorry,
My grandfather built it. It just looks a little bit creepy to an outsider.
It's not the worst building in the world.
No,
but
it's not.
But your first glance, and you're taking people out there. It's because I've known you long enough to have gone out to that camp several times. It's perfectly acceptable as a camp.
But if you stumbled across it, if you were actually going for a walk up the creek and you saw this cabin, you'd probably turn around.
You'd be like, I'm not sure if someone's in there or not.
To say that like it was your first thought when you're like, I'm going to film a horror movie, and you're like, that's the perfect spot. That's
Exactly.
kind of the descriptor of what it is.
That's why I wanted to do it there. Yeah. 'Cause I'm like, okay, no budget. I need to find people who are going to work for free.
Yeah.
And I need to find a place I can just use that doesn't cost anything. I'm like, the family camp is perfect. It's terrifying looking.
Yeah.
And that was my hang up was like, I'm like, who am I going to convince to come out here? Because the main lead, I wanted to be a girl. And I'm like, how am I going to sell this idea?
Who will let me drag them to this
Come spend a weekend in a creepy, haunted-looking cabin in the middle of the woods.
It's fine.
Yeah. So I was talking to our mutual friend, Kelsey, who was actually just on the last episode. We did one together. We were talking shop. You listened to it, didn't you?
Yes,
Yeah.
I loved it so much.
Yeah, that was a fun show. But anyway, so she asked me, she's like, did you happen to cast the lead character yet? I was like, no.
Like, it's not going well.
No, I didn't even ask anybody yet because I'm too scared. And she's like, well, it's like a friend of mine might be interested. And she mentioned you, Janie, that you might have an interest in doing this. I'm like, oh God. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I'm intrigued. I'm like, but before you like ask her to do this, I'm like, I need you to clarify.
Like, vouch for me.
Yes, I said, I'm not a psychopath. So this is not like some weird like murder plot.
Yeah. This is not an elaborate plot.
No, yeah.
What a creative way to commit a murder.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Oh my God, it would be. Ooh, dude.
That's the sequel.
That's the sequel. Yeah. That'd be perfect. Yeah. So then you and I had met up and we were kind of reading through the script a little bit just to kind of brainstorm it. And when we were kind of reading the part, actually, there wasn't even originally casted was my friend Justin was going to play Caleb's part. Mm-hmm. He had 0 lines because I didn't want Justin to have any lines. So he was just going to be this ominous figure.
Yeah.
And you would ask me, you're like, who do you have casted for this guy? And I had told you, sort of my friend. And
Such a high vote of confidence there.
Yeah.
Sorry, Justin.
yeah. And then you had said that you're like, well, my friend Caleb might be perfect for this part if he's interested. I'm like, let's ask him.
Yeah.
You're like, it's his.
Yeah. So
Wait, you
then,
have someone else that'll come out here?
so she sent me your number and we bullshit on the phone for like an hour.
Yeah.
Talking about the movie. And we ended up meeting up and down at the coffee shop again.
Yeah.
And yeah, we kind of started figuring everything out. And then that's when we decided that you need to have lines.
Yeah.
Which was a fun process.
Yeah. Because I'm like, all right, I wrote this from my friend who, no offense, can't act. Because we've done other short films in the past.
Well, and Caleb that's why I thought of you, because we had just done Pride and Prejudice at the Barrow.
Yes.
We were Lizzie and Mr. Darcy together.
Yes.
Yeah,
So-
this is what I wanted to get into, though.
Yeah.
So I finally found my 2 main actors, and my uncle Chris also. I wouldn't even say reluctantly; he was rather excited. Yeah. He agreed to play the part of the hunter, which he did very good at.
He did.
He was so good. Yeah.
I was surprised, honestly. I'm like, I don't know how many times it's going to take to get this right, and he did pretty.
No, yeah,
really
he was
well.
great.
He
Yeah.
gave it his all.
He really did. Yeah, you guys both did, honestly.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was like when I remember we were watching it, Joe, like when we were watching kind of unfold on the screens.
Yeah.
As we were filming it, I'm like, this could go. I knew in the beginning this could go so bad, because like there's only so much you can do as like the guy that's running the camera, and kind of picking your angles and this and that, and it really kind of came down for me. I'm like, these two are going to either make or break this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they are.
You're on screen.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it's.
And I remember that moment where I'm like, oh my God, I think we're actually making something pretty good here.
Yeah.
Like this is turning out way better than I even could have hoped for.
No, and that's what, like, when I helped on that first day, that was the biggest thing that I noticed too, in terms of like my expectations, because you ended up dragging me into this too.
Yeah. I'm like, I need your help.
No one was safe.
You're like, hey, I need some help on, to start putting it together, which was an awesome ask, by the way, that you even
I'm
asked
so
me
glad
to
you
come
did.
down.
It was fun.
You got to come down and see it because, when your friend puts together something like, oh, I'm gonna do a short film, your brain immediately goes to like, running around with a cell phone camera and just pointing at somebody's face, right? But that's not like that's what the thing that like totally blew me away on that first day was that like how like the genuine acting that we got out of it, the actual cuts and the way that you had focused and filmed every every frame and everything was just totally not what I was expecting, and that's what blew me away the most about it. It was just the whole experience was just awesome.
Yeah, it's no masterpiece, I'll say that. But for our first time all doing this like on a serious like level,
Yeah, right.
I think it turned out pretty damn good.
I would agree.
Like it was our first time doing something exactly like this, but I think we all had skills that applied really well to what we were doing.
For sure,
Because
yeah.
you obviously had like all the camera work down to a science, and like we neither of us had ever acted on film
No.
before, but we both grew up doing stuff at the Barrow, so.
And that's what I want to get into. Like, how long have you guys done stage acting? Which actually kind of like at first I was a little bit, I wouldn't say concerned, is more curious.
Yeah.
Because stage acting is wildly different.
It is,
than acting on a camera.
For sure.
Because like I'm like, how are they going to be too big?
Too big.
We played at the back
yeah,
of the house.
because you have to be very
Oh,
Yeah.
right. You have to be
large on a
You gotta
stage.
sell it to the
and-
cheap seats.
Right,
later.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, exactly.
They
I'm
have
like-
to.
I'm like, are they going to walk in and be like, she's going to be like, what are you doing here? Like, I am here too much. Are you?
Yes, exactly. Like they're treating it like some kind of musical. Yeah, I'm going to kill you now.
That's what I was worried about. But no, they dialed that down, like way down, and
Yeah.
you guys were delivering, man. Again, I don't mean keep tooting your horns, but
Hey, I'll take it. Yeah.
You're very kind.
yeah. So how long have you guys been into the stage acting?
Well, do you want to go first?
I think we both have been doing it since we were like little kids.
Yeah.
Like we started with the Barrow has a really great youth theater program they have had for my whole life. So that was in such a small town. It's really special to have such a strong community theater that like they really, with their kids in the youth theater, they take the time to really teach them how to do that. So you can like, and even if you're not going to go on to do it as an adult, that's just like useful skills to have working with people and behaving behind the scenes
Yeah.
and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So, I think we both had that kind of taught to us at a really young age. And then I kept doing shows pretty much all through high school. And then in college, I did some shows.
What were some of your like notable ones, like really that stuck out for you that were like that you maybe even had like big leads in maybe?
Yeah. So I did The Importance of Being Earnest my senior year of high school. I was Lady Gwendolyn Fairfax. That's more of like a farce.
Ooh.
Oscar Wilde. That was really fun. And then I did in college A View from the Bridge. I was Beatrice in that, and she had like a New York accent. That was kind of fun.
Do you still get nervous?
Me right now?
Not right now.
Like, I'm doing okay, I think.
Yeah, you're looking a little. You're squirming a lot over there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I'm just kidding. No, like when you go on stage, like do you ever shake those nerves? Like, is this something you just become confident with, or you just still like?
It's almost like an out of body experience. Like it's
Honestly.
like I remember in The Importance of Being Earnest, that was like the first time I had like a lot of lines. Like I remember it was circle. Like, so if you do theater, like a big theater tradition is like before the show, everybody gets in a big circle and you have like, touchy feely talks and everybody, you pass the squeeze and you all hang out.
Yeah.
And that was the moment when like,
I've seen that, by the way.
Have you? Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, I just made it sound like it's a weird cult or something. That's a very normal thing.
It's the whole cast chance to kind of like
Yes, we all
get together
hum.
and like get on the same page.
Yeah,
before
it's like
the
a
show
little
starts.
huddle. Yeah, exactly. So we did that, and I have this vivid memory of being like, I could completely ruin this. And then I had I almost like passed out, and in that it was like set in like the 1800s, so I had this costume that was like all up my neck, and I like started sweating and I couldn't breathe. And then like my friend Reagan, Reagan,
Hey, yeah.
she was like the other lead, and she's like, you have to get it together.
Oh, she can see it.
She's like, look, I don't want to put any pressure on you.
Yeah,
But
no, but that's what you
You're
have to,
falling
because you
apart.
just kind of have to do it, and then
Yeah.
and then you do it, and it's fine, and it's like an out of body experience. And
Yeah.
being on stage with you, so I'm kind of getting ahead of myself a little bit.
It's all
So
good.
I did The Importance of Being Earnest. I did A View from the Bridge, a couple other things in college, and then I kind of took a big break from theater at all until last year. I moved back into town and I did Pride and Prejudice, and that was my first show back in a really long time. And that was where, I mean, I think I had met you probably when we were kids,
Probably,
passing,
yeah.
but that was my first time like working with you like as an adult. And being like, the reason I thought of you for this was because obviously you're a very talented actor, but also like,
Thank you.
I knew how much better doing something like this would be with somebody that I trusted so much. Like being on stage with you, it was so fun because, so we did like ballroom dancing, which Caleb
Really?
got like immediately. And then of course I was like a hot mess about it. I had to practice
She
it a
was
million times.
not. She did
Two
really,
left
really
feet.
well.
Well, a little bit. And like it just comes to mind because there was this part that I would screw up every single time. Every single time I'd screw it up. And then, but he knew that. And every single time he would squeeze my hand to remind me like this one part of the dance. And I was like, that's the kind of person I want with
no,
me on
everything is starting to make sense now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you told me that you had a history with Caleb, in acting, I was excited for you to be working with somebody that you knew, because there was going to be some close scenes in the part where like he grabs you. I think it was better suited for Caleb to do that than any of like my buddies.
It's just because I know our mutual group of friends, and I have to agree with that statement.
Yeah.
Well, that trust
Sorry,
really
guys.
is so important,
Yeah.
because I feel like that's what allows you to like play.
Yeah.
Like, because it's like if you're doing something where you really feel like the person you're doing it with has like got your back, that's when you can really like get into it, because you're not so like worried about how it's going to go wrong.
So comparing it to stage acting versus what we did, again, which was all of our first time, doing a, quote unquote film. Mm-hmm. I guess it is a film, but
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I try and shortchange it all the time.
A humble man.
Is it a film?
Yeah. Right.
I guess the biggest difference, aside from being more fixated on like your facial expressions, because that doesn't really play a big role on stage necessarily as it does on film, but the ability to say, oh no, let's do that again. Like we screwed up.
Yeah.
Like on stage acting, you guys got to get it right the first
Well,
time.
but the difference is you have months of rehearsal.
Well, that's true. We had about, I don't know, a day
matter
or
of
two.
hours.
No months.
Yeah.
No months.
No months.
Like but I think sometimes though you can like overthink it, because you
yeah.
think like so hard about like how you're going to do every single thing, and sometimes you kind of have to just like let it happen, and
That's something we found interesting about some of the directors we've worked with at the Barrow. There are some who very much micromanage and be like, okay, you need to have this expression at this point. You need to take this number of steps at this line. And others are like, I want you to really feel out the character and figure out who you are, what you're doing, and what you're going to be. And that was kind of the vibe we were given with Pride and Prejudice, which kind of gave us the freedom to do more of that acting you're talking about, because I've said it so many times through this shoot. Janie is a really, really talented expressive actor, and that makes it so easy to play off of her, because she gives, I've only acted in one show with her, but she gives 100% in that performance, which makes it so much easier for you as an actor to be invested and give your own performance.
Oh, I completely, I see that.
Right?
From what we did with our little short film. Because I remember, like, Joe and I were talking about it after that first day of shooting. And I was like, I can't believe how much, like, you brought it.
Yeah.
Like, I was so impressed because
so nice.
I didn't expect it. I didn't know what to expect. But I guess, like, in my mind, it was going to be a bit of a struggle. And I was also like, I was fixated on the technical side of the world too, where I'm like, oh, what are my angles going to be? And the last thing on my mind sort of was, how's Janie going to do?
Was the actual literal acting?
Yeah,
right?
it was.
You're worried
yeah.
about the shots, the angles, the back of the scene, the right.
Yeah, everything. And having like make sure it was in focus
Right.
from you.
Right.
And then, like I said earlier, when I kind of saw it like unfolding in front of me, and you were really delivering lines and facial expressions, I'm like, oh my God, like I didn't think so much about what I was actually gonna be filming. Like I knew it like in my mind, but it was weird. It was an odd thing. I don't even really know if I'm explaining it well, but
No, that makes sense.
Well, I think the big kicker there too is that it kind of goes to Caleb, the second thing that you said, or the second director or whatever, was like more like you make the role what you want to make it.
Right.
And you guys you had to bring that to the table, because I mean, what other choice is there,
Exactly,
right? Like you
yeah.
have to bring that to the table, especially with Dave, who's never done a movie before.
No.
You got a focus puller who's never pulled focus.
Okay, but you nailed that scene where I like grabbed
Focus pull of the year.
Oh my gosh.
we all cheered.
Yeah.
So like that part, just to explain what I'm talking about, there's like a shot where I am walking out the door and then I'm realizing I should probably like arm myself with something. So I grabbed this like grill brush.
it was a girl brush.
Yeah. and then you guys had the idea, you're like, ooh, what if we pull focus right to that? And it looks really
Yeah.
cool.
It did.
And it only took you like what, 2 or 3 tries? And
Two or three
boom.
takes, right?
It was perfect.
It was perfect.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then I remember, like Caleb too, because you weren't on screen for the first, day almost.
Right.
Yeah.
So you were
Just lurking, waiting
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
pounce.
Yeah.
I was holding the boom mic.
you were boom mic and you were
You
lighting.
were so excited.
I loved that boom mic
You
so
were rather
much.
excited about the boom mic. But yeah, so again with that too, like again all the technical stuff. I'm thinking about the audio. I'm like, am I getting the audio from this scene? Which audio? This, that, like lighting. Let's light over here. And then when we did that scene where you guys finally like sat down in front of each other and had a sort of one-sided conversation.
Yeah.
But I guess one thing I really liked too was that I wasn't so set in stone with the script, with everything that we had kind of planned out. I wanted it to be organic in a way.
Yeah.
And we started changing things right there in the creepy cabin. Mm-hmm.
And you just like wrote yourself a whole monologue in that moment.
You did. Yeah, which
that was so impressive. I was like,
it was not scripted, that part. It was loosely scripted in a way, but it was you just kind of you just let it out. And you're like, I think I got something here.
Yeah.
Well, that weirdly is one of my favorite things about performance and about shows. To kind of give a bit of my background in theater and public speaking in general, I have a very formative memory of in preschool, I was going to be in a Christmas show where literally all I had to do was come on stage and sing a song with the rest of my classmates. I still remember it vividly to this day. I walked on stage, looked at the audience, ran outside and puked.
Oh, wow.
no, that's not where I thought that was going at all.
That was my...
Oh, no. Slade. Killed it.
Yeah, I thought you were going to be like, and that's when I knew I wanted to do
From the
that.
beginning, I was a child prodigy. No, from the beginning, I was terrified. And I remember going to shows that my sister would do at the Barrow for years and wanting to be able to do that, but just not really ever having the courage to try it. So what my mom actually encouraged me to do is I, for about 10 years, did speech and debate with my local homeschool group. And a big part of that is there is a lot of improv. There is a lot of you are having to use your brain and just come up with things to say on the cuff and hold people's attention for like 5 to 10 minutes. And I found that I love that so much. So I grasped onto that. I used that as my motivation. And eventually I got into the theater and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so much fun. I was in Beauty and the Beast. I did not audition. I was basically just told, hey, we need a part. Can you do this? And I was like, oh, sure. What part is it? It's the main villain. I was like, oh.
It's
Okay.
like guy in the background holding a broom.
Yeah.
No.
Key grip 7 guy.
Yeah. Key grip 7 was so much fun.
Like, the main villain.
I was expected to be the guy who does multiple songs, multiple action scenes, multiple like big moments where you're larger than life. And I can't do this. But then it was that same kind of thing of the director was very much like, you can kind of play with it, make the character your own, do this, do that. And I was like, that's a lot of fun. I can do that. And
So you like more of the ad lib
I do.
than
I really
you do. The perfectly scripted like lines. Like the scripted dialogue is not. What am I trying to say here? You like free will on stage a little bit.
Adaptability.
I'm a big fan. of free will.
Proponent of free will.
Sign us all up, No, but I know what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
It's that looser kind of construct, right?
It is.
Where you can kind of fit into it and kind of mold the character around it. How old so did you get into theater later then, kind of with your background? And this didn't come until like you were older or whatnot?
I did 1 or 2 like youth theater shows that wasn't really anything big, and I didn't really latch onto when I was much younger. But then, I think coming into my high school years, I did Beauty and the Beast, and then got really hooked and did a lot of shows, just one after the other. And funny story, I ended up kind of almost exclusively being cast as villains. I was Gaston, I was a bully, I was a racist juror, I was a psychopath who murders or attempts to murder a blind
Were
woman.
you in 12 Angry Men?
I was in 12 Angry Men, yeah.
Oh
I was
my
the
God.
racist juror in 12 Angry Men.
That's such a good show.
I was cast very much as the villain because I'm very tall. I have this very dark, imposing demeanor when I choose to. And what really was a lot of fun with Pride and Prejudice was I was given a chance to be the romantic lead, which I am not at all comfortable with that. I was like, I don't know how to do this.
How did that
This
go?
isn't in my wheelhouse. Janie made it so easy.
Okay.
There you
It
go.
was so much fun. And the thing about that was that also somehow found a way to incorporate that improv, because I'm going to tell a little story. When we were doing that show, there was one night where a person who's supposed to come on stage during a pivotal conversation just did not come on stage.
Like
What was that? Was it me?
No, it was Nick.
I mean, this
I
is
wasn't on
happening
stage for
like
that.
live.
Okay. I was like,
This
what
person
did I screw up?
we just threw
doesn't
Nick
come on stage.
We just threw Nick
Yes.
under the bus.
Wow.
Sorry, Nick.
Sorry, Nick. Love you.
Oh no, it's like, do you know acting?
Oh my gosh. Inside joke, sorry. There was a point where it was just myself and another guy. We are standing completely alone on stage, and there's nothing at all to say because the people we need to say the next lines aren't on stage. So we just decided to riff off each other for a little bit.
Did it go well?
It actually went really
Nice,
well. And
okay.
we had a lot of fun with it. So to answer
what are you
your
doing
question,
here?
I have a lot of respect for you being willing to
Like relinquish that control. Yeah.
You let it be that collaborative process of like, I have an idea of what I want to do and I know where the story needs to go, but I'm not sold on like it has to be word for word.
Oh,
And
God, no.
I think you felt like kind of bad about that at a point. You were like, I don't know necessarily what to say. I loved that. I loved that you were willing to just be like, we can do whatever
help me.
needs to happen. Help me.
Well, so how did you come up with like the idea for it though?
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, the whole thing changed 10 times.
Oh.
And originally, like the original script was supposed to be just you. Well, you now, but the girl was supposed to stumble across this cabin.
Oh.
And
Snow White style.
yeah, kind of, yeah. But like I don't know, like we started writing it, and it kind of fell into like some weird cliches, which I think it still did a little bit. But I don't know, like I just didn't love the payoff at the end, like originally. Like it was like like the killer, isn't dead. Like dun dun dun.
Like every
Yeah. So I'm like, I can't.
Like the hand emerging from the river. Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Every
I can't do
time.
it. I can't do it. Yeah. So I nixed that. And then I needed a reason for your character to go there in the first place. And it just kept evolving subtly. Like it would be like one little tweak here, one tweak there. And then the idea of you going to retrieve a photograph.
Well, yeah. Should we talk about like what the whole plot is?
Yeah.
Like,
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. So again, if you haven't seen the short film yet,
What
How's
are
your
you
time?
doing? Go see it.
Yeah.
go.
You've had plenty of time to watch it up to this point.
It's like 10 minutes long. Go watch it.
Imagine someone watching it as they're listening to us.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's
Trying
like
to just
the
keep it-
commentary.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the plot of the movie is about a young woman, Janie, who you lost. Your father went missing roughly about 2 weeks, as Caleb explained in the movie.
Right.
Very subtly.
It was like a rough number, and Caleb's like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. I guess it's 2 weeks now.
Fresh wound.
Your father went missing at your family camp, and nobody knows really what happened to him. The police couldn't find any evidence that he was even there. So it's a big mystery, and you want to go to the cabin to retrieve a photograph that only exists in this cabin because you want it back. And
It's
you
a
also
photograph of me and my dad, and it's like
Yes.
the last one. But I'm also kind of using that as like a cover
To
like,
go
I
snoop
really want to
around.
see what's up.
Yeah.
yeah, you're like, I don't believe it. I want to go up and take a look around.
See for myself.
Yeah, so you go up, you grab the picture, and immediately you notice that there's something suspicious. Caleb's sleeping bag.
Empty. He's not in it.
Yeah, he's
yet.
not in it. Yeah, so you realize that something or somebody has been staying there, and that's pretty much when the movie takes off. Mm-hmm. I do want to mention too, like plotting all this out, all these shots again in my mind. I threw away the beginning of the movie in my mind as far as making it anything special, because I was so fixated on everything that came after that. Mm. And we shot that first scene the first day, and we were driving around my little country neighborhood here on these dirt roads. And after I got it all, I was putting it all together. And after like a week or two, I got a hold of you.
You're like, we gotta do this
I was
again.
like, we got to change this beginning. I'm like, I just don't like it.
Well, I will say
It was nothing you did wrong.
Well, I'm not the best driver. So when you have me trying to drive, I'm not like at my best.
I was
That's right,
scared.
because this
I was
first
scared
scene,
a couple times.
you guys are like shooting and driving.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
There's not
Okay.
green screen. Janie's got like all of our lives. Caleb's in the back seat.
I know, yeah.
Oh my God, yeah.
All I have in my mind is like somebody with like the boom arm, like from the back seat to the front. You crammed in next to him with the camera. And remember, this is not like a phone camera, a little camera.
No, it's
a
like a
full-on-
professional. Yeah.
Yeah, full on
It was a rig,
professional
yeah.
rig. And it's like, I can imagine you're all jammed back there. She's just swerving all over the place.
I was getting jostled around, like trying to film her.
Listen,
I love it though. I love the story. I love it.
In fairness, it was an ambitious idea. Like it's
It was.
a good hook for an opening to a film. But
It was,
I've
yeah.
never driven this car before.
Yeah, right.
It is a little squirrely if you're not used to it. But no, so I like, again, like you having to concentrate on not killing us in the car and remembering all these lines.
Yeah.
Again, he's like, you actually did a good job.
Oh,
I
thanks.
just found the shot that I came up with boring. Like after I watched it a couple times, I'm like, this is just
It's just the one angle the whole
it's
time.
one angle.
Yeah.
Like this is nothing to it. I don't like it. And so you came back out at like what 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And we
Nice.
literally parked the car out back and filmed it. Like if you watch the opening scene, you can see my daughter's volleyball net in the background.
Yep.
But we reshot that whole thing and we added like a text conversation, which was a really good idea. Like we kind of like went back and forth on how to figure that part out. And we did like half text, half voice, and just kind of made it all kind of come together. I wanted to be something at least interesting to look at while you were having this conversation.
When the sun, like through the
Yeah, it's
that-
much better.
It looked really cool. Yeah.
You know what's interesting about this is that like you kind of get even on something as short as a 10-minute short film, you kind of get an understanding of why you hear so many times in like you get like a professional Hollywood production why they have reshoots, right? Even on like your 10-minute short film, it's like we're reshooting this.
It's crazy how much. Well, and you had like you keep saying how like you didn't know what you were gonna do, but like you came with like a whole plan. Like you were very like
I shot listed the whole thing.
yeah.
But it was loose shot listed. I knew going into it, it was going to change.
Yeah.
As things were unfolding and we were making this movie, you can see it turning into something. And like we nixed a couple shots. I'm like, this doesn't need to be in here. And matter of fact, that day you came out to reshoot, we sat here for a second and we nixed lines out of the movie.
Yeah. I was like, I don't need to say that. Like you can just tell. Yeah.
Yeah, we cut dialogue out. And what's that famous saying? We said it numerous times. Show
Don't tell.
Yeah.
Right.
But I think that there were lines that, because we all kind of worked together to come up with some of those lines. And I think there were lines that we needed to write for ourselves so that we knew what was happening.
Yeah.
But then it's like you cut it later, you know?
Yeah. Like you can think it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, man, that's what you're thinking.
Yeah.
But you don't need to actually show it.
Yeah.
It's useful for road mapping, like just getting you there.
But like I was blown away about how like pretty you made it look and how professional it looked when it was, because obviously like we're sitting here in your studio looking at all your beautiful photos and like
Thanks.
we all knew
That's not a murder wall, by the way.
but like we knew obviously you knew what you were doing in terms of like your camera stuff and everything, but I was really surprised at how just artful it looked.
Oh, that was when I came down to Focus Pool that first day. That was the very first thing I noticed. I was like, this does not look like at all what I was expecting. This looks like a movie.
Because you see like, you know, like amateur like short films.
Yeah.
And that's not usually what they look like. I don't
like
think.
between the lighting and the lenses and stuff that whatever effects or lenses that you chose to use was just such a big eye opener in terms of like just screwing around like with a normal camera and actually recording something with a purpose. And that's something as someone who doesn't understand this stuff, that was the biggest stuff that stood out to me. I was like, wow, this actually just looks like what I would expect to see in an actual movie.
Yeah, like I showed one of my friends and her comment was like, it looks like it was shot expensively.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a compliment. I'll take it. Yeah, there's a lot of things that kind of come into play with that. I don't want to get all geeky and nerdy about
No,
all
it's
that.
cool though.
Geeky,
Yeah.
go nerdy.
Like lens choices kind of come into play. But really, like one of the biggest, I'd say, hacks or tricks you can do is using, it's called a black mist filter.
Ooh.
When you watch digital video, there's a hard edge between highlights and shadows, and a mist filter will break that. It will soften those edges. It will bloom highlights a little bit, and it really kind of gives you like a different vibe to your film.
That's the first thing I noticed.
Yeah.
I was like, why doesn't this look like something shot through
A cell phone or
a
something?
cell phone or
Yeah.
DS or a normal DSLR or something?
Yeah. Digital video is rather ugly
Now I know that.
for the most.
And now you can't unsee it.
Yeah.
It's not ugly, but it's not. It lacks that cinematic feel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just kind of almost muddying up the highlights a little bit really makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Well, and you had mentioned you were so impressed with, us coming in as actors and like what we were able to bring to the table.
Yeah.
I was continually impressed with everything you were doing from the tech side and from the background.
I think the takeaway is we all had very low expectations.
we did.
of each other.
Apparently, we did.
I expected nothing. And we ended up with like,
What do you think about it? It's kind of sad, but also we rose above. Yes.
Like, boy, he's going to do a crap job on this film. Not even sure why I'm here.
I was continually just blown away because I love watching behind the scenes stuff for movies. I love watching how
Yes.
things are made, but actually just seeing you with your camera, all the work that goes into setting up a shot just right, you with your focus, the importance of getting good lighting, getting the boom working, like so many things. I was just like, I see why this is an art form. I see why this is stuff people get so passionate about and learn because it's awesome.
Yeah.
And it really does take a village. Like you need a lot of people to make stuff like this work.
I realized that rather quickly that because I had Joe and I had you because you weren't on film yet or on screen, but I could have used, and Hannah was there. She was helping with like the behind the scenes, but she helped out with like everything. Like she was
Continuity queen.
the continuity queen.
Yeah.
We could have used 5 more people.
Right.
Like it was so much to do. Like because I'm juggling like different things in my head. I'm like, oh, I gotta do this and this and this. And then just moving the stupid tripod from one spot to the next and getting the frame, getting this. I'm like, can someone else do this?
The mile and a half of credits on movies makes so much sense.
It
does.
Oh my gosh.
We should have key grip.
When I read the script, I was like, are we gonna like need the second day? I was like, it kind of seems like we might get all this done in one day. We needed that second day.
needed
and
that
several
second
other
day.
days.
And another day after that. Yeah, but no, it was tight though. Like, cause I plotted all those shots out because it was every shot that we had to do. Like, Janie looking, opening a box and then, cut scene to Janie looking at the picture. She just pulled out of the box, cut scene to Janie turning around. Like, and there was so many, it was like it was beat for beat, like so many shots. I literally laid in bed nights and just like unraveled this film in my head, like playing.
Right.
And then I would write out all those scenes and I would mark them out. We had like 48 or 50 shots to do each day.
Oh,
which
wow.
was a lot.
That sounds
Is
like
that where it ended up?
No, I cut some of those shots out because I quickly realized that we had too many shots.
Realistically, like trying to do 48 shots
Yeah,
just
I'm like,
was
it's
not
too many. Yeah.
Right.
So I'm like, we got to nick some of these shots out of here.
Where did it land every day? Like even if you take out like the cut footage, like did you land around like 20 or 30 shots a day?
It was still more than that.
More than that, okay.
Yeah, I think I only pulled out like maybe 5.
All right. Well, there
It wasn't
you
like
go.
a lot,
Yeah.
but it was enough that it made a little difference.
There you go. Well, and in addition to that, there was the challenge of shooting on the site, which was like anytime we adjusted the camera, you needed to move all the stuff around. We had
well,
like
and the
5
first
people.
day it was
Oh my
pouring
God,
rain.
yes.
And
Oh my
that
God,
kind
yes.
of threw it off a little bit.
It did, yeah. Yeah, you can see in the first part of the movie your jacket was soaked.
Yeah.
And then the second day it wasn't.
Also, there was something so surreal about showing up that first day as it's like pouring rain and we're all coming down this super steep hill.
It was so bad.
Going to this cabin that, again, to really make clear, it looks like it's in a horror movie.
Yeah.
And I was like, what are we getting ourselves? We had faith in you, like, don't get me wrong, but there was that feeling of like, what are we getting ourselves
No,
into
I was
here?
never actually, cause like Kelsey vouched for you, and I would trust.
Appreciate that, Kelsey.
Like, no, like I would trust her with my life, so I was never actually concerned.
No, but I see what you're saying. It's like still because this is still super unknown at this point,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We're not at the point where we're at now where like we've all talked with each other multiple times.
Yeah.
We went through this whole thing. Everyone's super comfortable with each other. On that first day, you're just kind of playing it beat by beat,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
You're like, okay, let's go after this guy's
This guy-
cabin.
this guy-
Right? Yeah.
Is he
We
really
had not
going to
seen
kill
the
me?
cabin before.
Is his
We
friend
were
here to
getting-
help?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was though, dude. Like Caleb, like you said, like we were working in this small cabin, but every time we'd have to switch positions.
Right.
There's actually a couple scenes where you can see our snacks.
Yeah.
Oh no, is there?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we did such a good
Okay,
job
but
of
he's
hiding
staying.
those.
Maybe it's the murderers.
Yeah.
Maybe,
That's true.
Something.
yeah. Maybe he likes
Yeah.
Fritos. We don't know.
We're moving so much stuff from one side of the cabin to the other side of the cabins. We're switching
Oh my
angles.
gosh.
Yeah.
Imagine if when I'm going up to like basically intimidate you, I just have a bag of Fritos.
Just crunching it.
As I'm talking about your dad.
Yeah. So, one thing I want to give props to, just in general, to any amateur filmmakers, because that's what we
Oh my
just
gosh.
did,
Yeah.
Yeah.
to actually do it. Because like it's so easy to critique somebody's film that they decided to make and throw up on YouTube or whatever, and you watch it and you're like, this is crap. Like this is
Right.
garbage.
It's very
Yeah.
easy to say that. Yeah.
It is, because until you do it, you don't really realize the effort that it takes to actually do it. And again, like I know we didn't make a masterpiece, but we did pretty good for making all of our first film.
Yeah.
I think we all learned a ton.
A ton.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so I give hats off to anybody who actually goes through with making, because that's like the biggest step. You can talk about it, you can script it, you can write it out, you can think about it, talk about it with your friends, until you go out and actually go on a location and shoot a film. It was hard, but it was really fun.
Oh yeah.
Like it had its challenges, but I had such a great time making it with you guys.
Same. It was so fun.
Well, there was that There was a feeling in my gut that something was going to go wrong because when we showed up the first day and it started raining, there was a feeling of like, oh, this is...
Did something else go wrong?
Well, not necessarily go wrong, but just there was a thing of like, oh, we had to grab a battery or something we forgot. Oh, we had a little difficulty getting to the location. With the driving. My brain was like, I'm here. I'm in this and I want to do this. But are we going to give up on this? Like, is this just not going to work? Is something going to go terribly wrong? And then all this
we're just going to bail?
Yeah, right. Halfway through, right.
And then about halfway through the day, there was a moment where I was like, we're doing this and this is working.
Yeah.
It was a weird feeling. I kind of think I know the feeling you had too, because the first couple shots were like a little bit, like, okay, we're shooting some shots here together.
Yeah. Breaking the ice.
Yeah. And then we started doing more stuff and I'm watching it again unfold on screen. I'm like, this is starting to look like something. And I was getting excited. So yeah, there was like that weird, I'm sure everybody goes through that.
Oh yeah.
With every little project they make. But yeah, it was, I mean, I kind of feel that same way. I mean, with a wedding is different because I mean, you ain't gonna quit. You're going the whole way.
I hope that's happening.
Well, I mean, you never know.
You're right.
Well, that's true. But no, like when you start getting your first like few like establishing shots at a wedding and some of your detail shots, and then you can start to see it like in your head. Like I shoot for a lot of times for the edit, and like I can start to visualize how I'm already gonna put this together. And so I'm filming, like the girls getting ready and details of the dress and like, my mom helping or whatever. And I start getting excited. I hit that little point where I'm like, I can see this coming together now. And that's what I felt there too, was I could see it coming together and it was really exciting.
Well, because it's still storytelling, because you're putting together the story of their wedding day.
Yeah, because you don't know what you're going to get yet.
Yeah.
Every wedding's, as far as the same recipe, they all kind of follow the same, script, if you will. Getting establishing shots, getting ready shots.
The ingredients are a little different.
Yeah,
maybe.
All the ingredients are different, and you don't know really what you're going to get. The speeches are different. Everything's a little like the vibe, the bride and groom. They can some couples are a bit more reserved. Some are like really outgoing and want to really have fun with the camera. So you never know what you're going to get.
Yeah. But what you said, I do think it is kind of a beautiful part of the creative process in general, because I think we've had that happen on shows we've done at the Barrow. There are early stages where everything just feels like such a mystery and sometimes even a complete dumpster fire. Like it doesn't feel like anything can come from this. Like no one knows quite what we're doing. And then you just stick with it. You keep going, and suddenly it's like, oh,
the pieces
I'm
are
on board.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
God, I admire you guys for doing stage acting. Like I've always loved the idea of it, but too terrified to do it.
Oh no, you should come do it.
I was gonna say, if your advice is to just give amateur filmmakers like the push to try it, no matter what. If you've ever had an inkling you want to act or you want to try it, just do it. It is 100% worth it to try.
And the people at the Barrow are like the most welcoming and it's a very safe space. Like
I would get typecast.
I'm coming out to see you.
I've been typecast for your first show.
Like I need the big bumbly bartender.
No, it's so funny because I was thinking the guy sitting at the bar.
Again, guys. Come on.
There's not even a bar in this show. How did you pick me into this?
We're putting one in for him. Oh.
Like I quit. Oh my God. Yeah, but no, maybe I will someday. Maybe I'll find a small part. Of course, what did you say? There are no small parts.
I mean, true.
Yeah, maybe I'll give it a whirl someday.
To do a shameless plug for the Barrow, there is a thing they do where it's called Red Eye Theater.
Yeah.
It's a 24-hour theater where the entire process is you audition, a play is written and rehearsed, and then put on in less than 24 hours. It is that little of a commitment, and then you're done.
That sounds fun and horrifying.
It is exactly that, and I love it with all my heart.
If I ever decide to do this, I would do that with both of you.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah,
that would be my way in. That's how I'd do it. I'd have to have friends there first.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to just walk in and be like, "Hi,
I'm here for the show."
I lost a bet, so here I am.
You guys know Janie and Caleb?
They told me to meet him here.
They sent me down here." Oh my God.
I love that as your intro. Just
Like, oh, you want to sit by the bar?
Bar patron number 4.
Yep, I knew it. Oh my God. All right. So do you guys want to wrap up anything as far as just general conclusions of making a movie?
Thank you for having the idea and the ambition to do this, and thank you for including me in it. It was such a cool thing to be a part of.
You know we're going to have to make another one, right?
I would love that. Oh my God.
Same.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know what it's going to be yet. But I was actually talking to my friend. Was it you? It was yesterday. It was you, Joe.
What did I do? Joe. What did I do?
I'm like, where was I yesterday? I was at your house.
Yeah, he was.
I had to go to Erie yesterday to drop off my car. Joe saved me from sitting there for 4 hours.
Oh, wow.
And we went and played video games in his house.
Heck
Aw,
yeah.
that's a true friend.
Yeah, and I said something yesterday. I said this project I did this time, I did because I wanted to make a film. The next one I do is because I want to tell a story,
Ooh, I like that.
but I don't know what it is yet.
Okay.
I want to see if I could do it,
Yes.
and that was my test.
When you
Yeah.
write your book someday, that's the quote that'll be on the back.
Yes.
There you go.
Ooh.
Yes. Yeah, there you go.
That's a marketable quote.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, that was. I just wanted to see if I could do it, and I wasn't. Like I said, that's why I was so like let's
Yeah.
change this. Let's do whatever we want.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't concerned so much about the story I was telling,
Yeah.
as I was to see if I could physically actually make it.
Right.
Wanting to see if you can do something is a pretty powerful motivator.
It really
'Cause you
is,
just kinda,
yeah.
You're like, well, let's just see.
Half the battle is showing up.
It
And you
really
showed
is,
up.
Yeah.
dude. That's more than half the battle. That's like 90% of the battle.
Well, I mean, right? Because how many things do people want to do but don't happen?
They never do it.
because they either can't get the people or they just don't want to take that last
The last step,
Like
yeah.
even you write the script, you get the equipment, but a lot of people wouldn't take that last step to just say, "I'm seriously going to try this."
Yeah, it was a little bit. Again, like I said, it was nerve wracking as that day approached. Probably for all of us.
Yeah, yeah.
I think so, yeah.
That we were about to embark on something that was a little bit unfamiliar.
I was a little bit nervous, and I had no idea what was going on.
Like Joe, just be. Oh, then you and Carrie, my wife, stole my car.
Oh my gosh, yes.
We were
That was
driving,
one of the things at the beginning. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, what happened?
This day's going great.
when we were doing that first scene, which we ended up reshooting. But when we did that first scene, we pulled back in my driveway. I'm like, "What the hell's my car?" All the equipment is in my car and it's gone. Yeah, Joe showed up. Him and my wife jumped in the car. She was going to take him down.
Because she thought, to explain to our viewers, she thought that we had already left.
Yes.
Or she thought you guys had already left and was
To go to the
taking
camp.
me where you were at.
Yeah, never mind the 1,000 pounds of gear in the back. I don't think she saw it. Oh, that was funny. But no, yeah. So before we end the show, though, I do want to play a game with
Yeah.
you guys.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're
yes,
going to do a
I'm
Gen
excited.
Extra classic here. A Gen
yeah.
Extra in studio.
Well, I couldn't
classic.
find the original one that we played before, but this is pretty close.
Oh, there's an original.
Oh, so this is different than
Yeah,
the one
this-
we played before. Okay.
This is called Pass the Popcorn. We may
Okay.
have actually played this before.
Such a cute little box of cards.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this game is since it's this whole episode's been based about a movie.
Oh, this is great. The segue here is amazing, by the way.
Thank you. I figured that we would play a game about movies.
Wow.
Movie trivia.
Yes.
I love it.
Are you ready for guessing movies? So the way this is played is each card has 4 categories on it. It has the cast, the characters in the movie, the story, and the quote. So each of us are going to pull 4 cards.
Okay.
And we're going to read down through these categories. The first one at the top is the year and what kind of movie it is. So
Okay. That's
Example.
a hint that's given.
Example, this is a 2005 drama.
Okay.
This is an example card. Let's see. So this says Donald Sutherland and Keira Knightley. The story. The second one is hard. I don't know the characters. But anyway, it says a mother in 19th.
Am I supposed to take multiple cards?
4?
Oh, okay.
Is it just me or is the font really small on this?
That's just you.
Okay. I'm 40, almost 44 this
Okay,
year.
so yeah, that's the thing that happens when you turn 40 is your eyesight starts going.
I can do the old guy at the restaurant.
No, I'm going to defend him here because that's exactly what happened to me when I turned 40.
Yeah.
My eyesight started going, and it still just. I don't like it.
If you're in a dark restaurant, do you have to pull out your cell phone to read the menu?
I know what I do is I have to do the thing where you pull the menu out and go like this a little bit,
Oh, gosh.
right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Look forward to that.
yeah. Enjoy your 30s.
Yeah. Live it up.
Oh, man.
When you can
Read
read.
all the menus you want.
Oh my God. All right. So.
Okay, I have my. You said take 4, right?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
got 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Hopefully these aren't terrible.
Well, so
I feel good
there's,
about these.
There's one on each side, so do you just choose?
I would just pick which one you want
All
to
right,
read.
all right.
Ooh, okay. Oh yeah.
Let's do this.
We'll probably cut some of this part out here as we get our cards.
No, we must leave all of it in.
All of this.
The authentic experience.
I know. I'm looking at mine too and making different choices based on
Same.
because some of these I think are better than others.
Yeah. Okay, so who wants to go first? So remember, whoever's reading will read down through them. Not super fast, but not super slow either.
Right.
And the first person to guess the correct answer wins that card.
Okay.
Okay. So is it just speak up when you think you know it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Caleb asked earlier, is there a penalty for guessing wrong?
I don't think so.
We
Is there?
smack you in the face.
Yeah. Yeah.
Deal. All right.
You break out the axe.
Yeah. Ow.
Yeah, where's that log?
That log was brutal.
It was.
It's over there in the bag.
Seriously? You have the prop
I
log,
love that it's
Yeah.
there.
which is a real log.
It's a real log. Yeah. It came from my pile of campfire wood.
Perfect.
Yeah, I thought we'd, like you said, we should all sign it. And
I think we should. Yeah.
I love it.
Sign it hanging on the wall. People are like, what is that? Like, don't worry about it. Okay, so Janie, why don't you kick us off?
All right. Okay. So we have. Oh, I'm sorry. I got too far.
Yeah, we just yell out when we think we know what it is.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. We have Jodie Foster, Anthony Hopkins.
Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah.
I didn't do
that
that
was
one.
a tie.
You
though.
started it first.
All
though.
right.
All right.
Thank you.
That was good. All you
That was
needed
easy.
was two actor names. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So you go next.
Well, yeah, we'll just
go
go
next.
around the room here.
Okay. Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman.
7.
Yeah. Love
Janie, are we even close?
No.
What's in the box?
What's in the
And that's not the quote on it somehow.
Oh, is it really?
No, it's not.
How is that not the quote? Right. What is the quote? Come on, seriously. What's that? Where's it? Oh, no, that's Scream. Oh, that's a good one. Dude, I seriously.
no.
I'm gonna,
the site is gone.
You need like a magnifying glass.
I have some reading glasses out here. I'm gonna have to bust these
Well,
out.
here,
There you
hey,
go.
I have a question for you though. Were we supposed to read the general movie category?
Yeah, 1995 horror.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm sorry. I just okay.
What's okay? All right, you guys
We'll
ready
get
for you?
So it's your first time. It's okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Thank you.
You need to go? Okay.
Yeah,
This
all
is 1990 sci-fi.
Okay.
Okay. Arnold and
Yes.
Michael Ironside.
Oh.
Oh, is it the one on?
Is it not the term?
Come on, it's
I know-
right here.
it's Michael
You're
Ironside.
so close to getting it.
What?
Come on.
Wait.
Isn't it the
it's the-
Terminator?
it's-
No,
that's
it's
not.
the one, it's the one on Mars.
Well, I'm going
that's
to
the
keep
only
going
one.
if you don't got it.
Oh no, keep going. Okay.
Okay.
Shoot.
Supporting actors: Douglas Quaid, Martian Administrator plays Martian Administrator Vilos Cohagen.
Oh, what? Who is
I'm
this?
tapping out on this one.
Oh, no, I should know this
Janie's like, nope.
By the way, this movie as a little kid, like, there were so many freaky scenes in this one. It's almost a meme at this point.
Is it?
Yeah.
This is stirring a faint chord in my memory.
All right, what's the
Number
story?
third category.
This is gonna give it away.
This is a plot summary. A man visits Raquel, a company that implants memories of dream vacations.
I know what this is. I can't think of the name of it. It's the one where he goes to Mars. It's the fake Mars.
What is...
I'm gonna go on to number 4.
Do the quote. Do the
All right.
quote.
You're nothing. You're nobody. You're a stupid dream. Well, all dreams must come to an end.
The commitment.
Your army impression is on point, my guy. I don't know.
It's not the first time we've done that.
No.
All right.
oh
The
my-
answer is Arnold Schwarzenegger in Total Recall.
That's what I was thinking.
So do I keep the card?
Yeah.
I think he has to,
Yeah, I don't know why Mars attacks kept coming to my mind. I'm like, it's about Mars. I'm like, stop thinking about Mars.
It's not Mars.
Come on. Darn it. Do it, you idiots. Come on. Stop it.
Come on.
Okay. All right. Here we go. All right. This is a 1999 fantasy movie
Ooh, okay.
with Brandon Fraser and Raquel.
The Mummy.
You got it.
Oh, nice. Brandon Fraser.
Well
Wow.
done, sir. Okay, Janie, you're up again.
All right.
Do I even? Oh, I have one card. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I think you're going to know this, Caleb.
Oh,
Okay.
exciting.
This is Steve Martin, Bonnie Hunt.
Oh. Is it Father of the
Oh,
Bride?
sorry. This is a 2003 comedy.
Oh, okay.
Is that Father of the Bride?
It is not.
Ooh.
The characters are Tom and Kate Baker.
Oh, Cheaper by the Dozen.
Yes.
Ah, yes. Good job. I would have never guessed that.
We-
No, that was they had me on that one for sure.
All right. This is a 1997 drama.
Uh-oh.
Robin Williams, Matt Damon.
Good Will Hunting.
Nice. Well done. How you like them apples?
No.
some apples.
Is it not on there?
It's not.
Why is the quote not I gotta go see about a girl.
I think it's avoiding the most iconic quotes, so
Okay.
it's
Oh,
not
so
too easy, maybe.
yeah,
okay.
Because
I
that's
suppose.
or it's not your fault.
Yeah.
All right. My second card, a 2001 drama.
Ooh.
Okay, main actors were Denzel Washington and Ethan Hawke.
The cop movie. It was
Are we doing this again?
yes.
Wait.
Everyone knows the movie, they just can't name it.
Training Day.
You got it?
Yes. Dang it.
Boom. Got it. Did you have any clue?
No.
She's like training
Literally
what?
right as you said Training Day, my brain was like, oh, darn it.
Okay. All right. So here we go. All right. This is old. This is a 1966 Western.
Okay.
Clint Eastwood.
Okay.
Fair.
All right.
Yeah.
3 gunslingers complete a
The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly?
dude. Nice.
I just could. I was like the bad.
You're crushing it.
person. And bad.
The bad, the person, and the other guy.
The mediocre guy.
Yeah, the wonder guy.
Oh my god. All right, Janie. Here we go.
okay.
2 cards left.
All right. Okay. This is 2001 action. Brad Pitt, George Clooney.
The
That's enough
The heist
information.
movie. The heist movie.
What is it called?
Ocean's 11.
There it is. Dang it. My favorite two. 13 first for some reason, because that's the sequel.
Ocean's 12 and a half.
Okay.
I kept having "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?" sneak in my head.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's not it.
All right. Depending on the audience, this one might be a little harder. Okay. 1992 drama. Steve Buscemi and Michael Madsen.
Fargo? No, he's not in that. Michael Madsen, Steve Buscemi. Oh, it's it's in the warehouse.
Reservoir Dogs.
Oh,
Damn it!
he was there. Well done.
That movie messed me up in high school. I remember seeing that
was a
and
great
being
movie.
like, wow, that's a weird ass film.
I have never
What
even
I give you
finished
for pink?
it. I've seen like the first half of it, and that was back when I was like 7.
Do you do that with all Quentin Tarantino movies?
No, I haven't seen most of them.
No, really?
I know it's crazy.
Oh,
I know I should, but I just have not.
you at least got to watch Django.
I have seen some of Django.
It's like my favorite movie.
Is it?
Yeah, I love that
I
movie.
do.
I'll
I do
check it
enjoy
out.
that movie.
Yeah. All right. So you up, Joe?
I'm sorry, I am. Yes. Okay. My third card is a 2003 drama.
Ooh.
Okay. Main actors: Bill Murray and Scarlett Johansson.
Not her. What is it? Crap.
Bill Murray and Scarlett Johansson in a movie together?
Yes, it's weird.
Yeah.
Oh, crap.
Moving on to
You guys are physically affected.
moving on to a character.
Yeah.
Bob Harris plays Charlotte.
Dang it. I know this movie. I'm blanking on the title.
I don't know the title.
What's the story? What's the story?
Okay, the story is a U.S. movie star goes to Tokyo to shoot a whiskey ad and strikes up a friendship with a lonely young woman.
Okay.
As soon as you say the name, I am going to
I know.
be so mad.
I know you guys know
Caleb's
it. I
gonna
know you
walk
know
out.
it. All right, and finally, a famous quote from the movie: "For relaxing times, make it sundry time."
No idea.
I don't know what it's called.
The movie was lost in translation.
Yes!
Damn it.
I don't think I've ever actually seen
I
that.
feel like such a bad movie fan.
Man, I picked up 2 default cards today.
Yeah,
Well
dude.
done.
Yeah, you're killing this.
Okay.
All right, so my next one is a 2007 thriller. Actors are Javier Bardem
Oh.
and Tommy Lee Jones.
Oh.
You guys should probably. Dude, I love this movie. The story. I'm just skipping the actors. Actually, you know what? Hitman Anton Chigurh.
Oh.
Yes.
Is it? It's not There Will Be Blood, is it?
Nope.
Is
On the right-
Javier the guy that looks like Denny from Grey's Anatomy, but it's not?
Yes.
Okay.
A hitman tries to recover the money from a heroin drug deal, killing innocent bystanders in the process.
What in the world?
Wait. What are you?
You said Tommy Lee Jones,
Yeah.
right?
And Javier Bardem. Really?
Yeah, and the guy from remember we talked about this earlier. The guy from the Goonies,
Yeah.
the big brother Brandon.
Wait.
He's in this movie too.
I don't know.
No idea.
Keep going.
What's the most you've ever lost at a coin toss? He says that in a convenience store.
I just don't know the title of this movie. I don't know either.
3 seconds.
Oh, dang it.
I do not know.
Okay, looks like
it's
I'm
your-
getting this one.
What's your card?
No Country for Old Men.
Oh, shoot.
He has the haircut.
Yo,
the very
dude.
awkward haircut.
He talks about that in interviews.
He does.
He's like, I actually had to grow that out. He's like, people were disturbed.
You know, people listening to the show are just yelling that.
Oh, I
Right.
know. Yeah. All right, here we go.
All right, we got a 2004 drama. Don Cheadle and Nick Nolte. Nolte?
Oh, okay.
Don Cheadle and Nick Nolte.
I don't
Nolte?
think-
Okay. I've never seen this movie.
Doesn't
full
immediately
disclosure.
trigger any alarm bells.
No,
What are
it
you
doesn't.
doing?
Okay. I do not know how to say these names. These are the main characters are Paul. I'm going to take it syllable by syllable. Rusesabagina.
You can skip to the story.
Colonel Oliver. Okay. The story is a man tries to protect his family and other refugees during a civil war in Africa between the Tutsi and the Hutus.
Oh, wait. I know of this event that this is based on. I don't remember the movie because
Oh, this is. Oh, yeah. I do. I remember this movie now.
I don't remember Don Cheadle being in this. Though.
He was the main actor.
Was he?
Yeah. It was.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Do you want the quote?
Yeah.
Okay. This is a 4-star hotel, not a refugee camp. I have no means to protect these people.
Oh my God. The name of it is like.
It's like
like the name of like a hotel or something like that. Or not a hotel, but it's like a.
No, yes, a hotel.
Is it? Is it the name of Rwanda or something?
Just switch those words around.
What?
Hotel Rwanda.
Hotel Rwanda.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done.
It finally came to me.
Yeah.
All right, so you're out of cars now, right?
No, I've got Goodwill Hunting. Yes. Sorry.
That was
Okay,
her last
all right.
card to play.
Wow,
Okay.
I lost, didn't I?
Well, you could win the rest of
Yeah,
these.
you might
Win 'em all.
get the rest.
Okay. This is a 1992 thriller starring Michael Douglas and Sharon Stone.
Oh.
No.
No, okay.
The characters are Catherine Trammell and Detective Nick Curran.
Oh, this is the one where she does the.
There is a meme.
There's a famous scene.
famous meme around this movie.
Oh my God, what is the name of this movie?
A beautiful seductress is under investigation for murder.
The leg.
Yeah, is this the leg? Is
Yeah.
this the leg?
What is the name of this movie?
This is our fatal
It's
flaw.
this is not Fatal Attraction though. That's,
No.
that's
It's not
like
Fatal
the other one that
Attraction.
came out like at the
Basic
same.
Instinct.
Yes.
Yes, good man.
That was it. Kicked off that whole series of Fatal Attraction, Basic Instinct clones.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
for like
Isn't
2
that
or 3
always
years.
so weird? There's always like when there's a popular movie, there's always like 2 or 3 movies that are
Right, that
almost
try
exactly
and like
the
milk
same.
off of the exact same thing.
Do you remember there was a parody movie, Joe, that they did? Loaded Weapon.
Loaded
Oh my
Weapon.
gosh.
Yeah, they did the scene. Yeah. Yes, I do remember that scene.
That's hilarious.
Laughing very much at it.
Parody movies and parody titles are sometimes just hilarious
They
with
are.
how crazy they get.
I love that movie. All right, Joe, you got
All right,
one?
I have the last one here. This is a 1989 drama, going way back here, starring Kevin Costner and Ray Liotta.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
Kevin Costner, Ray Liotta. Go ahead.
All right, and then characters in it: Ray Kinsella and Shoeless Joe Jackson. That should be the giveaway right there.
Casino? No.
Shoeless Joe Jackson should be the giveaway.
Yeah.
Hint.
Hint.
Okay. Plot device. A man hears a voice telling him to build a baseball diamond. in
Field of Dreams.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, if I didn't get that, my
Jamie.
grandpa would have been
Wow.
so mad.
My goodness.
Last call.
This is a tricky one. I don't know which one I want to go with because this is a movie that maybe not a lot of people saw. I grew to like this movie
Okay. Okay.
like years later.
Okay.
Go with your gut.
Yeah.
A 1999 drama with Jude Law and Matt Damon.
Oh.
A con artist murders a rich friend and assumes his identity. So I'm going to pick a different one.
Oh.
Weekend at Bernie's.
I'm going to play the other side of this.
Okay.
Well,
That
wait,
was
what was
that
it?
was the talented Mr. Ripley.
I don't
Okay. Yeah.
didn't know that
Definitely.
title.
I could
drawing
tell
a
that
blank
no
there.
one saw it.
Yeah. Right. You're like,
You're like,
nope.
we're gonna go another way.
Yeah.
We're gonna try something else.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a 2007 sci-fi.
Okay.
Shia LaBeouf.
Oh.
Transformers.
I think Joe might have
I
got
think
it.
you did.
Just edged you out. That was it. Look at the characters. Optimus Prime.
I think that was the river runs through it.
Yeah.
See, I heard sci-fi, and then my brain chose to still think of holes.
No.
Oh, that's such a great movie.
I love holes.
Yeah. What was the name of that stuff that he found like the
Yeah.
it had an odd name.
Why is the names for stuff so
I
hard
don't
to
know. I don't
remember?
remember.
Yeah, well. it was weird. They called it something weird in the movie.
Yeah. That was
I don't
a
know
fun.
why they chose.
I don't either, but it was a fun movie.
Yeah. So all right, guys, we hit.
Did we do everybody?
We did. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
That's it, man. Oh, well, let's see who won. Who won?
Yeah. I mean, I
kinda- I got one
I
more
have,
check.
I have 5.
I have 4.
I have 5.
I have 2.
I have 5.
Good job.
Apparently, we
Joe,
need to
we
have
tied?
a movie
All
night.
right. Well,
Yeah. All right, guys.
rigged game.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Well,
having
Good job.
us.
Good
Yes.
job,
And
everybody.
thank you for coming on the show very
Yeah,
much.
thank you.
Fantastic
Thank you for
show.
having us.
Great.
Thank you again. I'm so glad you guys came out and did this. It was a lot of fun. I can't wait for the next adventure we do,
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
whatever that may be.
Honestly, thank you again just for making all of it happen. It was huge.
Yeah, I'm glad we got to all talk about it.
Yeah.
And now everybody can hear us talk about it.
That's right.
So, all right, guys. Well, let's punch out of this one, and we'll see you on the next one.
Talk to you next time.
Goodbye.